I would like to welcome you to our all sports Good afternoon and welcome to our All Sports Awards program. We have chosen this format of presenting awards due to all of our restrictions. It is such a challenging year. We have seen tremendous support from our athletes and our school. Thank you to our parents, athletes, and coaches for a tremendous job in a challenging time. A special thanks to Mark Lee for his live streaming of our home games and Josh Tate for the play-by-play. You both made it possible for those unable to be in attendance to still cheer for the Rockets. Also thanks to Nathan Lee for bringing all of the still photos to our Selmaville families through the winning lens. We will begin our awards presentations with Coach Burge, Coach Mascarino, and our softball team.
Hi, thank you, and good afternoon. This year's Sports Day or Awards Night looks a little different than it has in years past. There's no parents here to recognize and be proud of their kids for the awards that they will receive. Before I get started talking about our season, I'd like to say thank you to Mr. and Mrs. Brooks for their scheduling. The school year started out crazy, and baseball, softball, and cross country added to all that scheduling chaos with buses and umpires and meets. To Coach Graham for help with working on the field time after time. It's a lot of work to drag the field, make sure the grass is mowed, the lines are chalked, and that we're ready to play ball. To the Little League Complex for allowing us the use of the field. It is a great facility to play at, and we're thankful and grateful that they've let it be our home for the past 3 seasons. To my dad for running Game Changer so I didn't have to hand figure all the stats at the end of the season. To my husband Tijay for helping us with practice and helping call pitches during the game and listening to me go, well, what about this at home, or how about if we do this, or maybe we need to work on this. I'd like to say thank you to Nathan for taking all of the pictures. He's time and time again did a wonderful job, and I'm thankful and grateful for all the memories that he captured for the girls, whether it be a wonderful win or a heartbreaking loss. And finally, I would like to say thank you to Mary Mascarino for being my assistant coach this year. It's a tough job coaching, and it's made easier with 2, and I don't know what I would have done without her. We had a great season for one we weren't sure we were going to play. Ladies, you finished the season with a record of 9-1-1, and in 4 years of coaching, it's the only time we've ever ended in a tie. We started out with about a week of practice before our first game. Started out with a 16-1 win against Raccoon, a 12-0 win against Central City, which turned out to be a no-hitter, and we were 1 walk away from the perfect game. A 6-3 win over Willow Grove St. Mary's, a 20-0 win, perfect game over Iuka, a 13-1 win over Central City, an 11-1 win over Sandoval, 7-3 over Patoka, another perfect game against Iuka at 18-0. And then finally we closed out our regular season with a 1-1 tie to Rome in 9 innings. Rome is the Class M school. Ladies, they won their regional, and you played them tooth and nail to the end. 3 pitchers, 2 for Rome and 1 for us, combined for 44 strikeouts in that game. 1 walk was issued by Rome, and each team finished with 4 hits apiece. That's some tough and phenomenal softball, ladies. We went into the regional as the number 1 seed. We won 11-1 over Iuka, and we suffered a heartbreaking loss in the regional championship to Willow Grove St. Mary's, 4-2, who we had beat earlier in this season. There's nothing to hang your head about, ladies. They finished as the state champ. They also finished with 1 loss on the season, and that was to you. It could have easily went the other way. Out of those 6 runs that were scored, none of them were earned. It was a game of errors and what it came down to. I couldn't be more proud of you and the season that you almost didn't have, and I'm glad that we got to experience it. Ladies, if you would like to come up and get your letter when I call your name. I have 5th grader, Elena Finney. I have 5th grader Talia Gowler. 5th grader Quinn Wolf. There were 0 6th graders this year. I have 7th graders Kale Benjamin, 7th grader Brooklyn Bookout, 7th grader Lauren Mascarino, and 7th grader Macy Thorson. Seventh graders, you stepped up and you filled big shoes this year. We lost most of our infield to graduation last year. You stepped up big. You provided spots in the lineup, ran the base as well, and I look forward to more good things out of you. Most of you put in a lot of hard work in the offseason, and any coach will tell you that that is where your improvement comes from. It doesn't come from day 1 to day 60. We all improve a little, but it comes the most in the offseason, and I'm very proud of you ladies. 8th graders, I have Lauren Burge, I have Bailey Kane, Kennedy Fenney, and Natalie Lee. Eighth graders, I am most proud of you. As 5th graders, you were 2-13, and all of our losses were by the mercy rule. It was a rough season. We learned a lot. We never lost, we always learned. You're gonna leave big shoes to fill next year. You've been leaders on and off the field. You've done everything I've asked you and then some. Worked hard every night, came, put in a lot of hard work, dedication, sweat, some tears, and I think some blood along the way too. Lauren held down the circle for us. She's pitched every inning, 59 innings this year. Finished her career with 452 career strikeouts. This season amassed 133 strikeouts to just 6 walks and had an ERA of .593. That is some stingy pitching and a hard act to follow. Jaylee, you stepped up big. We needed a catcher this year, and you said, it's been a couple years, coach, but I'll give it my best shot. You're hard on yourself, harder than I could ever be. There were times that you said that girl's on base because of me, and I said, but did she score? And you said no, and I said, move on, nothing hurt, no big deal. Okay? You probably don't remember this, but as a 6th grader at Altamont, I put you in right field, and there was a foul ball hit on the line. You went hustling after it, dove after it, it just went off the tip of your glove. We hollered great effort from the dugout. When you came in, I went to give you 5, and you said I should have had that ball. Nobody can ask anything more of you, kiddo. Kennedy, you came to us this year and hadn't played before, and you said, I don't know, and we talked you into it, and you improved a ton from start to finish. Ran the bases, did everything I asked you to, and I couldn't be more proud of you. I'm glad you joined us. Natalie, you played shortstop for 3 years and been our leadoff hitter. You're famous for, coach, are you going to be mad at me if I get thrown out at the plate? But hey, twice you've sold home, and we've needed those runs every time, and I couldn't be more proud of you. Don't ask, just do. Ladies, I couldn't ask for anything more. 7th and 8th grade, you have finished 2nd in the OBC. You finished 1st in the OBC. There was no conference this year, and you played twice for a regional championship. Unfortunately, we came up a little short both times, but every time our season has ended in the last 3 years, it's been to a team that has placed at state. You lost to Odin, who placed 3rd. You lost to Patoka last year, who placed 4th, and you lost to Willow Grove, who was the state champion this year. Our regional's tough, and it's tough to get out of, and you gave it everything you had. Be proud of yourselves. 5th graders, keep working hard. They're going to need you next year. Okay, a couple of you I saw the week after our season ended, you were back out at the Little League complex pitching, batting, and going hard, and that's what it's going to take. I couldn't ask for anything more. Our motto's always been, be better than you came, and you either win or you learn. You never lose. And ladies, you've taken that with you all the way. 8th graders, good luck as you become Lady Cats. I wish you all the best, and if there's anything I can ever do for you, please don't hesitate to ask. I'll be happy to help you. We'll go to our awards now. The first year I coached, we didn't have anybody bat over 100. It was a struggle at the plate. It was a struggle to get base runners. So we have the Purple Slugger Award. I hand out as many of you that bat 350 or better, and this year there were 3 of you. Kale, you get the first one. Congratulations, kiddo. Natalie, you have 1 too. Good job. It's tough being in the leadoff spot. And Lauren, you have the last one. Congratulations, kiddo. Our next award is most improved. And most improved is always tough because everyone improves from start to finish. From day 1 to day 60, everyone improves along the way. But this year's recipient, Mary and I talked about, and we felt that she improved the most and gave it everything she had, and we couldn't have asked for anything more out of her. This year's most improved goes to Kennedy Finney. Congratulations. Our last 2 awards are the MVP awards. They're tough to pick every year because it's a team sport, and the week has to be greater than the meet. But at the end of the year, sometimes you have to say, who could we not play without? And I don't know where we would be without these 2 ladies. They were the heartbeat of our team, gave it everything they had and then some. There were nights I asked them to do the impossible and to give me more than I thought it was possible for them to give, but they did time and time again and never complained along the way. Our co-MVPs this year for the Lady Rockets are Jaylee Kane and Lauren Birch. Congratulations, ladies. Well deserved. At the end of the season, we were able to select all conference, even though there was not an all conference tournament played this year. We were lucky this year to place 2 girls on the all conference team, and they are pitcher Lauren Burge and shortstop Natalie Lee. Congratulations, ladies. Daily, I felt like you could have been right there with them, kiddo. And the last person we'd like to give a thank you to from me and the girls is to Nathan Lee, because he was at every game, captured just about every moment that we could have, win, lose, and then some. And we're very grateful for all those moments he captured. So if you want to come on down, Nathan. We call you the most valuable photographer. So you get our other MVP award. You're welcome. Thank you. Good job, ladies.
Good afternoon. It's a privilege to be here to hand out some well-deserved letters and some awards. I'm going to be honest with you, I didn't think there would be a baseball season this year. Stephanie and I talked weeks and days before the season started, and we didn't think it was going to happen. We were wrong. We didn't think the season would last more than a couple weeks. Surely wouldn't last the whole season. We was wrong again. And we knew for a fact there was no tournaments this year, so there was going to be no regional, no state. Well, they changed their mind, and we was wrong on it. There was that also. So I was wrong about everything about this season, other than I knew we was going to have a pretty good team. And I'm glad that we had the chance to play. First of all, I want to thank some people. First, I need to thank all the teachers and supporting staff here at Selmaville for this difficult year, but one that they made it all year without missing any days. To the other coaches for all their time and dedication for not only baseball, softball, basketball, volleyball, track and field, but all of it. I'd also like to thank Robin and Stephanie Brooks for all they do for the sports side here at Selmaville. You have to get games scheduled, you have to find officials, you have to find bus travel. There's lots that goes on other than just showing up for a game. I'd like to thank my wife Paula again for another season. I need to thank all the parents of all these fine young men. They was always on time, ready to play ball, clothes was washed, and they represented Selmaville in a very good way. I need to thank Salem Little League and Dave McIntosh for letting us use the complex. It's the best complex around, so therefore we play on two of the best fields around. I need to thank my assistant coaches, Aaron Rostance, Corey Lowe, and Leonard Newcomb. Not only were they my assistants, but on Mondays and Tuesdays they ran the show because I couldn't be there. So thank you, gentlemen. Our season this year was 8 wins, 3 losses. At the beginning of the year, I thought if we could get past Salem, we would have a very good chance of going undefeated the rest of the season. And we almost did that, losing the last game of the year to Rome. Our first game of the year was against Salem, which was not only undefeated, but the Class L state champs. So congratulations to the Salem Bobcats and Coach Tyson Moore. We did actually lose that game 13-3. I believe we was up 1-0 after the first, 1-1 after 2. Then they scored 11 in the third. And for the first time in my coaching career, they scored 11 runs with no errors and no walks. That was all hits. Our second game of the year was a win at Central City, 17-3. Then we turned around and won the next 5 straight after that, winning against Raccoon 15-13, Iuka 15-2, Central City again 7-6, Sandoval 16-0, Iuka 19-3, Hoffman was 12-2. Then the last game of the year was a loss to Rome, which was probably the only game that we lost. We had a few too many errors, a few too many walks, and they come back and got us 12-6. We started regional play as a 1 seed. We beat Iuka 13-2, and then we lost the championship game to Altamont Lutheran 11-0. I'm going to give Mr. Brooks 1 more year to get rid of these private schools out of our regional. That was the end of the season, which was a very good season, and I'm very grateful that we got to play once again. At this time, I'm going to hand out some letters. I'm going to start out with the 5th grade. Logan Butts. Avery East. Nikolai Frankus. Carter Shanafeld. Jackson Ward. Down to my 6th graders, Riley Tate. Brendan Smith. Malachi Johnson. Wyatt McCarty. And Zane Dodson. 7th graders, William Sullivan. Elijah Carroll. Carter Lowe. Adrian Miller. And Aiden Rostance. And 2 8th graders, Hayden Purcell and Ben Ryan. One more, please, Joe. All right, I have 3 awards to hand out. The first one is a no-brainer. It is the Selmaville Rocket MVP. It's going to Hayden Purcell, a 4-1 record, 1.52 ERA, 630 batting average, and 21 RBIs. Now I'm going to give a little story about Hayden. We played Raccoon at Raccoon this year. They had a short fence or cornfield, whatever you want to call it. His first at bat, he hits one about 20 rows deep, ground rule double. Anything that was hitting the corner is a ground rule double. Second at bat, he hits one about 40 rows deep, ground rule double. Third at bat, he hits one about 30 rows deep on the right center field, cornfield, ground rule double. Fourth at bat, walked him. Fifth at bat, walked him. So that's my next award. Goes to clutch hitter. Every time they walked in, somebody always come up and made the big hit. This year's clutch hitter was Carter Lowe with a 438 batting average, 561 on base percentage, and 18 RBIs. And if he couldn't get it done, then my next award goes to the most improved, which was Zane Dotson. He batted .379, 500 OPS, 9 RBIs, and did a great job on the field also. And then we have 3 more awards this year. The OVC selects 10 OVC members every year. This year they selected 3 Selmaville players. 1, Hayden Purcell. 2, Carter Lowe. 3, Zane Dotson. All right, gentlemen. 8th graders, good luck in high school. 5th, 6th, 7th, have a great summer. I'll see you in August. Thank you.
All right, thank you and welcome. It's been a good season, and I'm grateful for the opportunity to recognize these kids for all of their hard work and accomplishments this fall. This was without a doubt the most challenging cross-country season that I've ever been a part of. Practices can be a grind in a normal season, we know that, right? But this year, we only had 4 meets over the course of nearly 3 months' time for the postseason kids, and that's a long time to stay focused when you're just practicing every day. So not to mention, I think our baseball, softball kids maybe only were able to participate in 1 meet. So hats off to you guys. That's extremely tough, but you continue to work and stay motivated throughout the season, and we're able to have some success. So I want to give a few thank yous just to our school board, our administration, sports boosters, and my assistants, Coach Jane and Coach Rao, this year for all of their help. Mrs. Easton also put her creative talents to good use and made a keepsake for our 8th graders. So without further ado, I would like for all of our cross-country girls to please come forward. Why don't you just line up over here on this side, and then as I call your name, you can move to this side. There were no open races this season, so these are all of our participants in JV races. So we're going to start when I call your name. I have a booklet that has all of our times and some pictures from the year plus your letter. So Sydney Clark. Peyton Schutz. Trinity Savin. Laura Mascarino. Ada as a Duke. Autumn Moore. Elena Howe. Grace Rao. Jasmine Guzman. Avery Easton. Elena Finney. Gabby Gaston. Taylor Blackburn. Adeline Blanford. Emma Tate. Adeline King. Talia Geller. Okay, the criteria to receive a varsity letter is as follows. The runner must compete as a member of the varsity team in at least 3 meets and or be a regional team member or alternate. So the following student athletes met the criteria by competing in this year's regional cross-country meet as a team member or alternate. Natalie Lee. Quinn Wolf. Chesney Clark. Carly Beach. Kenna Benjamin. Emily Guzman. Abigail Patrick. Shelby Johnson. And Macy Thorson. Okay, with this season looking so much different, each team was not given the opportunity to compete at the state meet this year. Rather, you had to qualify as an individual, or your team had to win the meet in order to go to the state meet. Macy Thorson was our only girl runner to qualify this season. Macy represented Selmaville well at the DuPuis State Fairgrounds, where she finished 48th overall with a time of 13:57. We are very proud of her efforts, and as a 7th grader, she will be returning for one more cross-country season as Lady Rocket. This year's Most Valuable Runner Award goes to Macy Thorson. All right, let's give our girls one more round of applause. You guys may be seated. Okay, at this time, would the members of our boys team please come forward? The following boys participated in our regular season meets this year, so when I call your name, please step forward to receive your award and then move to the other side just like the girls did. Elijah Carroll. Jackson Ward. Gavin Harper. Riley Tate. Noah Savin. Adam Savin. Gage Patton. Maddox Hurley. Major Yoder. And Matt Blackburn. The following boys competed at this year's regional meet either as a runner or an alternate and have met the qualifications for varsity letter. Wyatt Rao. Kai Graham. Cole Rao. Aiden Rostan. Carter Lowe. Rafe James. Wyatt McCarty. Kyler Sapp. And Kane James. Right, we had 2 team members who performed well enough at the regional meet to qualify for the state meet in DuQuoin this year. These 2 ran together and pushed each other all season long. The first runner we would like to recognize is incredibly coachable and hardworking. He continues to push himself and improve. He will return for one more season as a Rocket Cross Country runner, and I have no doubt it will be a great one for him. He also represented Selmaville well with a 42nd place finish at the state meet with a time of 12:47. His future is bright. This year's Most Valuable Runner Award goes to Kyler Sapp. The second runner is an 8th grader, and he has had lots of experience running in state meets. He loves to run, and it has been fun watching him improve. He finished 38th at the state meet this year with a time of 12:42 and definitely has a bright future ahead of him. This year's Most Valuable Runner Award goes to Caden James. All right, I'm going to have our 8th graders, boys and girls, come up this way, and everybody else, let's give our boys one more round of applause. If you're not an 8th grader, go ahead and have a seat. 8th grade girls, join the 8th grade boys. You had to turn in your Rocket uniform at the end of the season, but Mrs. Easton created something that hopefully will be a good reminder So when I call your name, please come forward. Wyatt Rao. Chesney Clark. Katie James. Alright, let's give our 8th graders and all of our running rockets one more round. Alright, you guys can have a seat. All right, welcome to Basketball Words. This has definitely been a unique and very short season, but I'm so grateful that we had the opportunity to play. Just a few quick thank yous to our school board, our administration, sports boosters for their support. Also to my assistant coach, Denise Phillips, for all of her help this season. She's a huge asset to our program. And to Jennifer Birch for keeping our book for the past several years, thank you. Ashley Easton also created something special for our 8th graders, and Mrs. Maxey was the designer of our shooting shirts that I think we all love this year. So thank you also to Mark Lee and Josh Tate for your efforts live streaming our games this season. Your work was certainly top notch. And also to Nathan Lee for the wonderful action shots and team pictures that were captured this year. Thank you also to our fans. This year was super hard on parents and fans, but I'm thankful that you still had an opportunity to watch your favorite players play one way or another. So we did feel your support. It has been a sprint of a season, but a great one nonetheless, and I've had the privilege of coaching this wonderful group of girls. One thing that's never ever been in question is their effort and their hustle. And as the program is established, this is something that happens year in and year out because our younger kids see what it takes and then they set goals of their own. Their consistent effort each day led to a lot of team accomplishments for both our JV and our varsity girls this season. Our more experienced players helped to instill these traits in our younger Lady Rockets, and for that I'm very proud of them all. I would like to start by having all of our JV members, team members come forward. Just go ahead and line up over here on the side to my left. Okay, our JV team went 9-1 on the season, with our only loss coming to Salem. I was very proud of how much they improved in such a short time. Kale never saw any JV minutes, and Macy was limited to 2 quarters each night, so we definitely had some kids step up and play big for us. This group also defeated all of our OBC opponents this season. So as I call your name, come forward. I have a letter for you, and I also have one of Nathan's action shots in a magnetic frame that's on its way, but the pictures are evidently lost in the mail. So as soon as they get here, we'll get one for all of the team members. So today you'll just be receiving your JV letter. If you dressed varsity, we'll clap for you, but stay right there because you'll receive a varsity letter in a little bit. Okay. First up, we have Elena Finney, Talia Gowler, Shelby Johnson, Autumn Moore, Gwen Ryan, Emma Tate, Carly Beach, and Quinn Wolf. Allie Cavens, Allie Hustedy, Leah Niepater, Leah, come on forward. Dakota Sullivan, Taylor Blackburn, Morgan Kawicki, Laura Mascarino, Lily Snyder, and Susan Wilson. All right, let's give our JV only Lady Rockets one more round of applause. Okay, go ahead, varsity only team members, join us, please. The pandemic has thrown a wrench into many things this year, but I'm grateful that these girls had the chance to take the floor, even if it was a shortened season. Our varsity team had a great season. It was a lot of fun to watch. This group finished 10-2 on the year. Last year, we learned that winning ball games was a lot more fun than losing them. Remember that? This season, they came out and expected nothing less. A regional championship has been on the radar for quite some time, and last year's regional championship loss fueled even more fire to get one of their own. Although it is disappointing that we will not have the opportunity to see how far we could have gone, we will definitely recognize and honor these kids for accomplishing all they could. Ending your season with a win is something generally only the state champion gets to do. At this time, I will introduce the members of our varsity Lady Rocket basketball team. Go ahead and come forward and move to the side as I call your name. Taylor Blackburn. Allie Cavens. Laura Mascarino. Millie Snyder. Allie Hustedy. Morgan Kawicki. Depth is an important part of every team, and this year we had a team member we could always depend on to come in first off the bench and be ready to contribute at any time. Her game has grown a lot in the past year, and her speed and athleticism make an immediate impact when she takes the court. As a seventh grader, she will return for one more season and has a very promising future. This year's Sixth Woman of the Year award goes to Macy Person. Our starting seventh grader contributed in big ways to our success this season. She was a scoring threat inside and provided us with a huge physical presence, both defensively and offensively. She works incredibly hard and was second on our team in scoring and also led us in rebounding this season. She is very coachable and has a strong desire to be her very best. I have no doubt that she will continue to develop and improve as a player as she returns for one more season also. This year's rebounding award winner goes to Kale Benjamin. The next person I would like to recognize moved into Selmaville her sixth grade year. After growing up with a dance background, she decided she wanted to jump into the sports scene. I've enjoyed the opportunity to be her coach the past 3 years and watch her grow and develop as a player. She found and accepted her role on this team and contributed to our success this season. She has come so far since the first time she picked up a basketball. This year's Most Improved Player award goes to Kennedy. Our next Lady Rocket is a super hardworking and physical kid who showed much improvement from last season to this. She gave us a physical presence on the bottom of our zone and also offensively with her ability to get to the basket and rebound. She is an all-around positive person and a great teammate. Her fun-loving personality rubs off on those around her. She leaves it all on the court every night, and this year's Heart Hustle Award goes to Addison Teacher. The next person I would like to recognize is another 8th grader who has made a big impact on our program through her consistency. As a coach, it is so nice to know what to expect from someone day in and day out. She's a competitor and is always ready to go. She worked hard in the offseason to extend her shooting range and become more of an offensive threat this season. Her high basketball IQ is very helpful to her teammates. She can take charge and show leadership on the floor by adjusting, especially when substitutions are made. She carries her strong work ethic over into the classroom, and this has always been an emphasis for me as a coach. Take care of business in the classroom first, and she does this every day. For the second year in a row, this year's Scholar Athlete Award goes to Lauren Bird. Having strong guard play and someone who can confidently handle the ball at all times is critical to any team's success. We had one of the best this year. In addition to handling the ball, she frustrated lots and lots of people with her tenacious defense at the top of our zone. She fine-tuned her shot in the offseason and was able to extend her range, becoming more of a scoring threat in our half-court offense this year. It was fun to watch her dish the rock in transition, and she led our team in scoring, assists, and steals this season. This year's Most Valuable Player award goes to Natalie Lee. Okay, if I could have the 8th graders stay, everyone else can have a seat. All right, we have a special gift for our 8th graders. Thank you for your hard work and dedication to Lady Rocket basketball over the years. And thank you for being great examples for those that will follow. Mrs. Easton painted these for you to keep as a reminder of your days as Lady Rocket basketball player. So we have Addison Teamer. Alright, let's give our 8th graders and all of our Lady Rockets
Good afternoon. This year will be memorable for many reasons. We have become accustomed to phrases like the new normal, social distancing, 6 feet apart, mask required, make sure you use some Germ-X, and due to COVID restrictions. This year will also be remembered as the year that our teams won 3 regional championship titles: volleyball, girls basketball, boys basketball. And we also had 2 students who placed first and second in the regional Modern Woodman speech contest. Even though we went through a pandemic this year, our kids have rose to the occasion and been able to do outstanding things. So we at Selmaville are very proud of them. Thankful, a small word, but yet very powerful. I have a lot to be thankful, Lord, for this year. Thankful for a great school to work at with many wonderful teachers. Thankful for being able to teach all year in person with my students. Thankful for healthy students, healthy coworkers, healthy family members, and my own health. Thankful for the opportunity to play sports this year. Thankful for the ability to coach a great group of young ladies who will continue to achieve great things both academically and athletically. Last but not least, I'm also thankful for all the people that supported our team and made our season possible, especially Mr. Brooks, Mrs. Brooks, Mr. Mercer, Jennifer Burge, Josh Tate, Nathan Lee, Mark Lee, the sports boosters, the Board of Education, the parents, Coach Grimberry, and Coach Wolf. Without all those people working together this year, we couldn't have had a great season like we did. Our team played a total of 7 regular season games, with 2 games being canceled due to inclement weather. Our JV record was 6-1, and our varsity record was 7-2, with 2 of those matches being during regionals. We can expect good things next year with our upcoming teams. Now I will introduce the members of our teams. These girls were part of the C team, and unfortunately, because of weather and some other things, we didn't get to play very many matches. We played against each other, which was good practice for them, and I'm thankful that we even got to do that. 5th graders on the C team were Elena Finney, Talia Gowler, Shelby Johnson, Autumn Moore, Carly Beach, Quinn Wolf, the 6th graders were Sydney Clark, Hannah Duncan, and Kylie Hutchison. They stay up here. They go ahead and stay up here. Okay. JV team will be 6th graders Allie Cavens, Allie Hustetti, 7th graders Zoe Easton, Morgan, you can stay there. Morgan Kerwicki was also part of the 7th grade JV team, but she dressed varsity. So Morgan, you can just stay there. Lauren Mascareno, Abby Patrick, Trinity Rawlinson, Ellie Snyder. And Mason Thorson also. And now for the varsity team. 7th graders, Kel Benjamin, Morgan Kerwicki, Macy Thorson, eighth graders, Lauren Burge, Chesney Clark, Kennedy Finney, Natalie Lee, Jalen Moore, Ellie Smith, Addie Teeber. Okay, and now I have some special awards to give out. Let's start with my favorite one first, the Positive Polly. So I give that one to the girl that always is happy and does what you say and doesn't like grumble and just positive most of the time. This young lady was a good fit with the varsity team. I feel like she learned a lot this year, and I know she's going to be very important to us next year. Kel Benjamin. My next one is an important one because it shows that even though you play sports, multiple sports, you can still keep your grades up. I believe this is the second year in a row that she's got this. My Scholar Award goes to Lauren Burke. And one from last year. Oh, wait, one more. Oh. I'm not used to doing this. I'm like a mess.
Thank you.
You're welcome. The next one is Super Setter, and we rely on our setters so that our girls can hit. This girl has been setting for at least 2 years and has improved every year, gotten a lot better. So my super setter this year is Ellie Smith. The next one is the hitting award, and this one was close, but this young lady ended up having the top amount of hits this year, and that goes to Addie T-Burn. The next award is what we call Heart and Hustle, and no matter what this young lady does, she is always moving. Even if she doesn't always feel good, she's hustling, and she always is ready for the game, shows a lot of heart out there, and that goes to Natalie Lee. You actually got that last year too, so I have both of those. The next award is for Most Improved, and I've seen a lot of improvements from this young lady. She's still a little timid, but she got some digs, she improved her overhand serve, got a lot of much needed tips, would hit the ball, and that would be Kennedy Finney. Oh, that's good. The next award is for serving. There were two girls that were pretty close all through the year, and this young lady, she edged out the other young lady during regional play. So the serving award goes to Lauren Birch. And my last one is, of course, the MVP. It's always hard to pick that out. All of you guys, all you girls did an outstanding job this year for us, and we wish we could give everybody something. But I feel like this young lady always was ready to play, happy to play, was a good team leader. I don't think we had a lot of drama this year, but I've never seen this girl involved in drama, and she's always positive. The MVP for this year is Ellie Smith. Pretty cool. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Well, don't cry. Well, I wish you the best next year. I wish all of you the best next year. I hope that you guys will all, you 8th graders, will try out in high school, because I feel like you guys can do it. We got a regional championship. The competition is going to be stiff, but I know if you want to do that in high school, you can do it. And that's about it. Thank you. I had a great season. Loved playing, coaching you guys, and hopefully you all had fun. I'm ready for another year, hopefully with no masks.
Good to go? All right, so to say that this year has been a little weird would be a complete understatement. First of all, I'd like to thank the school board and Mr. and Mrs. Brooks for all that they've done to make this season work. Second, I want to thank the parents for putting up with the short season, the short notice of having a season, and all the changes that had to happen to make these things work. With us being one of the first indoor sports to start up, there was a lot of questionable things going on that we didn't know what was really going to happen. So the rules definitely tested your patience by not allowing visitors at first, but thankfully we were allowed to have you guys towards the end of the year. Last but not least, I want to thank the kids for being able to adapt and put up with all the weird new rules that we had to go through to simply have a season. No jump ball, wearing the mask everywhere. We're complimented by a couple different schools saying that we were one of the few that actually did the rules and participated and did everything we needed to do well. So commend you on that. And if you've never played 30 seconds of basketball with a mask on, I recommend you give it a shot for a few minutes, and you probably will never do it again, right? Yeah, so this season was definitely weird. We went from having a basketball start date be to be determined, to you can start practice on Monday, to your first game's a week from that Monday. So when you usually start a basketball season with about a month of practice and summer camps, a week is hardly enough practice to get ready. So this was definitely interesting. And our JV team might have started off a little rough. Might not have scored a ton of points to start off the season. But we definitely could tell that we were not having the practice that we needed to get ready. So we ended the JV season with a record of 3-4, but we ended it a lot better than we started. And we actually played easily our best basketball towards the end of the year. One of our goals at the JV level is to find an identity of the group for the next varsity season. And I think we did a pretty good job of doing that towards the end of the year. So here's my group of boys. And I'm going to start out with the fifth graders. My fifth graders did not actually have a season. They were able to practice, but they weren't able to have a season. They practiced with Coach Graham, so thank Coach Graham for that. And I'm going to call them up first, and I'm going to give them a small X here. First up, we have Cameron Arnold. Probably stand. Logan Butts. Gavin Harper. Cole Rao. Carter Shanafelt. And Jackson Ward. All right, now on to my sixth graders. We have Zane Dodson. White McCarty. Brendan Smith. Riley Tate. All right, now, seventh graders, you're going to be getting a varsity letter, so I don't have a letter for you, but I'll still call you up for JV. Elijah Carroll. Aaron. Carter Lowe. Adrian Miller. Aiden Rostons. Kyler Sapp. Liam Sullivan. All right, great group of kids, worked really hard, and I can't wait to see what we develop into for next season. You guys can have a seat. Thank you.
Okay, time for boys varsity basketball. I'm pumped, boys. First of all, I want to thank Mr. Brooks and Mrs. Brooks, the Selmaville staff, also the school board, in all honesty, for giving me a blessing. The blessing is the honor and privilege of being able to coach these boys here. I want to thank Coach Martin for putting up with all my shenanigans, and I think we always have a pretty good time, and I'm looking forward to how we compete in the years to come. I want to thank Aaron Rostance for scorekeeping. Actually, that got him into the games this year, but I sure appreciate Aaron scorekeeping this year. Our bus drivers, we seem to be going to, all our games seem to wave this year, but I want to thank our bus drivers for getting us to and from these games safely. I want to thank the parents. Guys, you got to thank your parents for getting you to and from practices, especially when we had weird times for practices this year and the way the games were scheduled. I want to thank Josh Tate and all of his friends here who streamed games this year so everybody could watch at home. I would go home and watch the game again. That was my film of the game. But it was always nice to be able to, I'm sure the parents enjoyed watching the boys play. And lastly, but not least, I want to thank all the players. We started last summer when COVID hit, and we couldn't play here at the gym, so we decided we were going to play at the park. And that was actually fun. That was different. But we actually got together and played some basketball in the park. And then they canceled our season. And that was heartbreaking. I didn't think we were going to play. But then as Coach Martin said, suddenly they told us one day, okay, you can start, and a few days later you have a game. Actually, that's not the way Coach Martin and I like to coach. We like to go through a process. And our process is kind of lengthy because it builds up and allows the players to get better as the season goes on. We didn't get that opportunity this year, Coach. We just had to dive into it. The varsity this year, we finished 6-3. We were getting better. And as the season would have gone on, had we been able to have a normal season, I think we would have been a pretty nasty team by the end of the year with a pretty good bench, pretty long bench. Unfortunately, we didn't get to do that. But the one thing that we did get to do is we got to play regional at home. And we got to win regional this year. And I have no doubt if we would have gotten the state, if they would have had a state this year, we would have been a very hard out for teams down there. They would not have liked to have played us. The boys are probably going to be a little disappointed about what I'm about to tell them, but I'm not giving individual awards this year. I've thought about it, tried to evaluate the season, and the more I've evaluated it, I kept changing my mind on who should get what awards. And then I thought, somebody's going to be heartbroken and they probably should get an award. You're going to get something here in a minute to remember this season by, but it's not going to be individual awards this year. I do want to recognize, though, the 7th graders who were on the varsity team, because they're going to be varsity next year, and I'm pumped about this group. First of all, Kyler Sapp. Come on in, Kyler. Good varsity. Aiden Rostance. Elijah Carroll. Liam Sullivan. Adrian Miller. Carter Lowe. Again, I'm really looking forward to this group next year. Now to my 8th graders. I am very super proud of each one of you. Each one of you. I've had you for 4 years. And for whatever reason, you hung in there and put up with me. But you guys are a great group of kids. I look forward to seeing what you do in high school, whether it's basketball or anything in high school. I look forward to seeing what you do in high school. I'm going to talk about each one of you and then have you come up. Wyatt Rao. Come on up, Wyatt. Stand with me. Wyatt was kind of a quiet player, but he was given some very, very difficult defensive assignments during the year. Sometimes guarding guys that were much bigger than he was. But we could count on Wyatt. Wyatt always gave 100%. And every team, I can tell you, needs somebody like Wyatt. He's kind of like glue. He keeps the team together. And Wyatt did a great job this year, and I'm very proud of him. Owen Becker. Well, to say Owen was one of our more entertaining players would be an understatement. Owen was a joy. In my opinion, from 5th grade to 8th grade, he was the most improved player that I saw. He was our 2nd leading scorer. He was our 2nd leading rebounder. And it was not unusual for me to tell Owen he got to guard the best player on the other team. And that could be quite a challenge. But he actually ended up being excellent at it. Owen's starting to become what I call a two-way player. That means playing well offensively and playing well defensively. And I think Owen's got a very bright future if he sticks with it. Congratulations, Owen. Caden James. Caden's shirt says, compete, defeat, and repeat. That's a good shirt, Caden. He was our point guard. And Caden might not be the tallest, but he has a lot of talent. Lots of talent. And he plays with heart. Anytime you put talent and heart together, you have passion. And he has a passion for the game. I'm really looking forward to seeing how Caden does in high school. And when Caden just lets loose and plays, he doesn't think too much, he's one of my favorite players to watch. And Caden's got a very bright future as well. Congratulations, Caden. Caden Purcell. In all honesty, Hayden is probably the best junior high scorer I have ever coached. He can shoot it from outside, he can take the ball inside. And he plays with a passion that only I can enjoy. Maybe you can enjoy it watching him, but I enjoy players who play with passion, want to win, want to do their best. And Hayden is that type of player. Yeah, he scored a lot of points for us, carried us in a lot of games, but Hayden also cared about his teammates and cared about how we were progressing as a team. I think Hayden's got a bright future. He sticks with it, and I look forward to watching Hayden in high school. The last thing I want to do is talk about as I mentioned, we're not doing individual awards, but you are getting an award. And I made this decision because it went back to the summer when we played basketball together this summer. And then when we had to suddenly start basketball and how quickly everybody got motivated and started playing together as quickly as we could. So I'm going to be giving an award to each one of you, and I'd like the sixth graders to come back up as well. You can line up down there because you're going to get this as well. What the boys are going to get is going to get a medal. It says Selmaville Rockets Boys Basketball 2021 Regional Champions. Sometimes you get something as a team. And that's the way I look at you. I look at you as a team. So we're going to go down here at the end and just put them on. I want to congratulate these boys on their fine season. Wish them luck. And you young guys, I'm looking forward to you next year. And for your information, you can tell your parents, once school is out, we're playing every Tuesday and Thursday here at the gym. 3:30 to 5. If you old guys want to come back and play with us, you can. All right, 3:30 to 5 on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Congratulations. I'll look forward to seeing you this summer.
I had the privilege of coaching an awesome group of bowling athletes. Our season was short, but I feel we took advantage of every opportunity they were given. I would like to thank all of the bowlers for their hard work and dedication. They not only spent hours at practice, but hours outside of practice on their own time. I would also like to thank Mr. Brooks, the school board, for supporting the bowling program, and the parents for encouraging your children throughout the season. At this time, I would like to share a few highlights from our season. Ava Birch finished first for the girls at the Salem Bowling Tournament, and Kyler Sapp second for the boys. Both the boys and girls teams placed second overall at that tournament. We traveled to Carterville for regionals this year. Kyler Sapp placed 19th out of 50 bowlers for the boys, Ava Birch 4th for the girls, Alexis Chitwood 9th, Shelby Johnson 10th, and Taylor Blackburn was 31st. Those scores earned the girls a place at the state tournament in O'Fallon. The girls had a great day at the state tournament, with Ava Birch earning a 14th place individual medal. I would like for the following bowlers to come forward when I call their names. Nikolai Marhenka. Gage Patton. Carter Shanafelt. Elijah Carroll. Kyler Sapp. Adrian Miller. And last but not least, our only 8th grader was AJ Wilkins. AJ was a great leader and role model for our other bowlers, and he will be greatly missed. I have 2 special awards to give out for the boys. The first is Most Improved Award. This award goes to the bowler whose score improved greatly from the first match to the last match. And this award goes to Adrian Miller. The next award goes for the most valuable bowler. I base this on total scores, whether it be practice or at tournaments. The top scoring bowler for this season was Kyler Sapp. Awesome job, boys. Okay, now for our girls. Talia Gowler. Shelby Johnson. Ava Birch. Taylor Blackburn. And Alexis Chitwood. We didn't have any 8th graders that are leaving us, so all of our girls will be returning, which is a great thing. I also have 2 special awards to give out for the girls, same as the boys. The most improved award this year goes to Taylor Blackburn. And our leading scorer for the girls that receives the most valuable bowler award is Ava Birch. Thank you for being a great group of young ladies and gentlemen to coach this year. Thank you.
Scholarable coach. Go ahead, guys.
Okay.
I'll wait just a minute.
Wait, sure.
Thank you. Again, I am Mrs. Jones, this year's Scholarable coach. This season looked a little unconventional. To stay within COVID guidelines, we played games that consisted of only 25 toss-ups for each game. This wasn't ideal, but I think the kids would agree that we are thankful we got to have a season. We played 7 games, of which we brought home 4 victories. There were some very challenging teams this year, and all matches were played very well. Most schools kept their teams to varsity only this year, but I wanted to include a JV team as well. As a compromise, we had 10 varsity team members and 5 alternates who were considered JV and played at-home matches or subbed in the event that a varsity member was unable to attend a match. I'm very proud of our students' hard work. At this time, I will invite the Scholarable members to receive their letters one at a time. For varsity, we have Lauren Burge in 8th grade. Wyatt Rao, 8th grade. Chesney Clark, 8th grade. Odyssey Horton, 8th grade. Dylan Crawford, 7th grade. Carter Lowe, 7th grade. Elijah Carroll, 7th grade. Avery Jones, 7th grade. Zoe Easton, 7th grade. And one 6th grader this year, Kylie Hutchison. Next, we'll have our alternates or our JV players receiving their JV letters. Autumn Pack, 8th grade. Tyler Sapp, 7th grade. Taylor Blackburn, 7th grade. Jordan Carter, 6th grade. And Sydney Clark, 6th grade. I'm very proud of this team. Additionally, I have 2 awards to give. Both of them are MVP awards. I couldn't choose between these 2 people because they were both our highest scorers and they just did an outstanding job this year. So our MVP awards for the 2021 season go to Lauren Burge and Dylan Crawford. Congratulations to all, and it was a pleasure being your coach this year. Thank you.
with that. That's not good. You good?
You're good.
All right. Once again, thank you to all you guys that are here. This season definitely has been weird. And if I were to say it's weird, it'd be a huge understatement. First, I'd like to thank Mr. and Mrs. Brooks for all that they do again. This track season, they do a lot of stuff with track, and the kids see that at the meets. They do, whether it be put on the meet, officiating it, or any of those things. Mr. and Mrs. Brooks do a ton for the track team. Second, I want to thank the parents for putting up with all the stuff that has to go on in the track season. Practices in and out, getting there early, short notice going from the start of the season to the first meet, and girls basketball team having regional championship, practice the next day, meet the next Tuesday. I think that's what it was. Yeah. And for the kids, thank you for being able to put up with all the changes you have to do. Starting off, you guys thought you had to wear masks when you're running, whether it be the 100-meter dash or the mile. You guys didn't like that, did you? You didn't like practicing with that, no. And also, we have a lot of young kids on this team and not a ton of older kids. So when we're putting a bunch of 5th graders up against a bunch of 8th graders, it usually doesn't go so well for us, right? And it's just it's a part of the learning process. So, but with that being said, we had a ton of hard workers this year. Although we were only able to have a few meets, I feel like we made a lot of progress as a team, whether it be the 5th graders, the 6th, 7th, 8th graders. All of our individual participants also made some great strides. So the relays, the individual events, the field events. We improved a lot with just a little bit of practice and only a few meets experience. When it comes to having those meets, we were put up against Franklin Park and Raccoon, which were two very good teams. Raccoon, for a small school, very good team. We matched up against those people early and often, and this led to a couple of 3rd and 4th place finishes, whether it be the conference or regionals. Both boys and girls finished 4th place in the conference, and the boys finished 4th in the regionals, and the girls ended up finishing 3rd in the regionals. Tomorrow we're going to have a few of our runners and thrower participate in the Meet of Champions. It's a meet that's completely held independently away from the SAA, but we'll put the top 3 regional participants, the finishers, against each other. So we had some people qualify that aren't going to be able to go, and then I went ahead and listed the people that are going to be participating in tomorrow's event as well. So for our girls, we have Kale Benjamin, who's going to be running the 7th grade 100, the 200, and the 400-meter relay. Natalie Lee is shot put, long jump, and the 400-meter relay as well. Emily Guzman is going to sub in for Shelby. Shelby was a part of the 1600-meter relay. Emily's going to hop in for her there, and she also qualified in the 400-meter relay with those 7th and 8th graders. Lauren Burge was also part of that 400-meter relay. Elena Finney and Carly Beach, as well as Trinity Rawlinson, are also a part of the 1600-meter relay, the 4x4. Our boys, I don't know if I have this right. Adrian Miller is going to the 800-meter relay. Kyler Sapp, the 800-meter, and the 800-meter relay. Kyler had a great finish. She actually won the regional event. That's an accomplishment within itself. Aiden Rawson subbing in for the 800-meter relay for Carter Lowe. And then Elijah Carroll is part of the 800-meter relay as well. Okay. Now, I'm going to call you guys up. I'm going to start with my 4th graders and work my way up to my 8th graders. So I might have to have the younger kids sit down so the 7th and 8th graders can come up. So I'm going to start off with my 4th graders, call you up here to come get a letter. And then you're going to line up right on here. So, starting off, we have Matthew Carter. And Kai Graham is not here, right? But we have Kai Graham. And now we have Azima Denikin. Those are all my 4th graders, right? Okay, on the 5th graders, we'll start with, this is not an alphabetical order, Carly Beach. We have Elena Finney. Gage Patton. Peyton Schutz. Emily Guzman. Jasmine Guzman. Jasmine with an I. All right. Adam Blanford. Congratulations. Cameron Arnold. Shelby Johnson. Congratulations. Talia Galler. Addison Kellerman. Congratulations. Carter Shanafelt. Congratulations. Gavin Harper. Congratulations. Jackson Ward. And Cole Rao. It's only fifth graders, right? All right, this is a good group of young fourth and fifth graders. I'm excited to see what they do next year. Thank you, guys. You'll have a seat so I can call the rest of them up. Now we only have two sixth graders. I'll start out with ladies first, Avery Easton. And our other sixth graders, Riley Tate. Now on to my seventh graders. Gotcha. Kyler Sapp. Congratulations. Carter Lowe. Congratulations. Elijah Carroll. Congratulations. Adrian Miller.
Oh, yeah.
Congratulations. Aiden Rawson. Zoe Easton. Cale Benjamin. Taylor Blackburn. Amira Denikin. Trinity Rawlinson. Amelia Snyder. And I have Graceland East. Okay. All right, now on my eighth graders. All of you. Caden James. Congratulations. Owen Becker. Congratulations. Wyatt Rao. Congratulations. Natalie Lee. Thank you. And Lauren Birch. All right, now I'm gonna have to pen of eighth graders. I'm really thankful you guys came out because it helps out having eighth graders looking for the eighth graders, right? Now I have my list of the top point getters for each grade, boys and girls. Now, we don't do individual MVP awards and things like that in track. We give the top point getters for each class. So I have plaques for each of you guys that are the top point getters. So in 4th grade, we only had one registered point, or one person who registered points, and that's Kai Graham, but he's not here. So I have the award here, Kai Graham. Now, 5th grade ladies, the top point getter was Emily Guzman. 5th grade boys, top point getter was Jackson Ward. For 6th grade, the tough one, wasn't it? Yeah. My lady is Avery Easton. Congratulations. And my boy is Riley Taylor. Seventh grade. These ones were a little more difficult. We have, for my ladies, we have Kale Benjamin. And my boy is Tyler Sachs. Congratulations. You're welcome. And for the 8th grade, ladies, most points would be Natalie Lee. And for the boys would be Owen Becker. Alrighty, so once again, it might have been a super short season, but I'm really glad to have been able to coach you guys in track and look forward to tomorrow. What you guys left on that. And with that being said, thank you guys for watching the 2021 awards, sports award ceremony. Thank you. Have a good rest of your day.